Hello there and welcome back. In this video, we are going to see how you can get started with LXC. And LXC is basically a containerization runtime, and it can be considered an alternative to Docker. And in this video, I would like to show you how you can get started with it and what are the, let's say, nifty details for using it. So in order to demonstrate it, I decided to use a Ubuntu machine, and it's the Ubuntu server. So first thing that we have to do is to install LXC. And once the package is installed, we can use the LXC check config to verify whether the dependencies are met so that we can run our LXC containers. So this is the LXC check config, and technically everything is green, and that's the the point. All right. So how and what can we do? So there is a site for LXC, and this site is going to show you all the available images for this container runtime, and basically this is the Docker Hub equivalent, so to speak. And when we install LXC and issue the LXC dash command and hit a tab a couple of times, we will see all the commands that we can use to manipulate or start or stop or destroy the containers. So basically, this is going to be the source for our demonstration. And we would like to create a Fedora container. But how do we create it? So the LXC create command takes an argument, which will be the name of the container. And let's call this Fedora 40. It can be anything, however you feel like calling your container. And with the, there is basically a command which is going to list all the images. Let me show you for that first. So LXC image list images, and it is going to install the LXD snap, and the snap is going to allow us to interact with the image store, and we can list basically the containers that we can use. And to me, it feels like it's like a hardcore Docker in a sense that you have to do things manually that you wouldn't do with Docker. But after my lengthy journey with Docker and Kubernetes, it feels like a good new experience. So once we have installed the snap, we will get the list of images that are available. So on the left side, we have the alias, then a fingerprint, the status, whether it's public or not, a description, an architecture, and the type. So with LXC, we can run containers and virtual machines. And I am going to use Fedora 40. So Fedora 40 is going to come with virtual machine and container flavors. And it has x86-64 and Arch-64 architectures. And you could use up to Fedora 42, yeah? But for now, Fedora 40 is going to be enough for us. So let's jump right in. We have the LXC create command, and we can name it Fedora 40, and the template download. With this, we tell LXC that, okay, go to the image store and pull the template for us. and we will use the dist Fedora. The release is going to be 40, and the arch is x86_64. So this is the whole command. And after we have our image downloaded, failed to create, couldn't find matching image. What? But we have the Fedora. Yeah, there is it. Fedora x8664 container. What? This Fedora release 40. Oh, let's check out the AMD 64. Ah, that was the problem. So one thing is the architecture, and the other is how it's referred as in the LXC environment. So if you have an Intel CPU, it's AMD 64. If you have MacBook Pro with the M chip, it would be ARM 64. And now we have our template downloaded and our image initialized. So now we can use the LXC-ls-fancy. This is going to show us the containers and their status once they are downloaded from the image store. And we can use the LXC start --name Fedora 40. And after we have started it, we can see that it is running. And after a while, about 5 seconds, according to the documentation, it is going to receive an IP address. And we can see that this is not an unprivileged container, which means it's a privileged container, which is kind of a security concern, so to speak. So how do we enter this container? We can use the LXC attach, name Fedora 40, and you can see that my prompt has changed, and now I am inside my Fedora container, and I can use basically any kind of available tool here. So let's check out the Python interpreter, or we can ping the Google. So it has rootfs, it has networking, and basically we can do anything with it. Yes. So in Docker, we have the exec-it and image ID, and then we say bash or sh or whatever when we want to attach to the container and execute commands. And we can use the LXC attach --name Fedora 40 --, and we can specify after the double dashes the command that we want to execute. So ipaddr show. And that will execute the command in the container and return with the output or the host name, Fedora 40. So this is kind of the equivalent of the Docker exec. And if we want, we can stop the container. So LXC stop --name Fedora 40. And if we check the status, LXC ls --fancy, we can see that this is now stopped. So in order to remove this image, we can use the LXC destroy and the name Fedora 40. And then our image store, or local image store, is empty. So let's recreate this Fedora 40 container. And basically, I also want to talk about the file system location. So now we have our Fedora 40 container, and the configuration and the related files are under var, lib, LXC, and the container name. And inside the Fedora 40 folder, we find a config file, and let's inspect it. Inside the configuration file, we will find some useful information about basically the configurations, the architecture, AppArmor profile. So we are using Ubuntu, and there could be a scenario when you are using unprivileged containers that AppArmor is going to prevent it from communicating over the network. And this does not really affect the privileged containers, but if you are unprivileged, this may become a problem. And it is going to include the configuration from the LXC common config. And here you can see the LXC configuration, which is included. So these are basically the low-level information as to how LXC is going to build our container and how it will work. So this is the heart of the configuration. And if we want, we can modify our Fedora 40 configuration, and we can say that we want the LXC auto start auto equals to 1. And this means that if I restart my host machine, it will automatically start the container. Let's verify LXC start auto and just give it a restart to the Ubuntu server. And if you come back, we should be able to see the container Ubuntu 24. Oh, it has restarted. Ha, that was fast. So sudo su and LXC ls -- fancy. And as you can see, the container is running. How does the container get the network? So there is a var lib misc and dns mask LXC bridge 0 leases file, and every running container will receive the IP address from this LXC bridge, and this is technically a note or a record or a history of the leases. And we can see the container ID, the IP address, the container name, and the lease timeout or TTL. And if we want, we can also specify lease reservations. So LXC stop -- name Fedora 40, and technically we will have to edit the etc default LXC net file. And here we have to uncomment this line LXC DHCP conf file, and this is the etc dnsmask.conf. This is going to be relevant for us because the moment we uncomment it, we can create a new entry. So nano dnsmask etc LXC dnsmask. No. So cat. This is the default, and we will have to use the nano etc dnsmask.conf, And here we can specify that the DHCP host equals Fedora 40, and what should be the IP? 10.0.3.150. 150. Okay, and let's remove it. And now we will have to restart the LXC net service. Restart. And I can go ahead and use the LXC start dash name Fedora 40 and LXC ls dash fancy is going to show that the container got the static IP address. All right, the next thing, and I think, yeah, this is the final thing that I want to show you in this video. How do we mount folders? So one thing that we can do is to create a mount point inside our container, and we will call it with the LXC attach dash name Fedora 40, and we say mkdir dash p slash my container mount. This is going to be a command which is executed in my Fedora 40 container, and technically now I have to create the path on my host machine. So my container mount, and I would like to create the file called my container mount demo.txt. And now what I will do is to edit the etc LXC, no etc, var lib LXC and Fedora 40 config file. And inside this config file, I will go ahead and use the LXC mount entry. And here we have to specify the path. So on my host machine, this is going to be the path. And inside the container, this is going to be a relative path. So I'm not going to copy the preceding /, only the last part. And I will say that none bind 0, 0. And if everything goes well, I can use the LXC stop dash name Fedora 40 and LXC start dash name Fedora 40 and LXC ls dash fancy. We have the IP and Fedora and LXC attach dash name Fedora 40. So where do I look for it? I have the container and sorry, I have my container mount, and as you can see, the demo file is there. So it was mounted from my host file. Let's open up another terminal, Ubuntu 24. Let's zoom in and sudo su. Where is the file? This is the file, and I am going to add some content on my host machine. And I will check it inside the Fedora container. And as you can see, this behaves exactly as if you would use Docker volume to mount a host folder to the container. And that was my short tutorial. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. See you in the next one.